was on a delightful excursion, was urged by her husband to offer lunch to a Muni in Aahr. Despite her return in a disgruntled state, she served him poisoned food resulting in an untimely demise. Witness how the king administered the justification. An ancient saga dating back billions of years is being recounted. In Champapuri, King Meghwan held an annual celebration, a cherished tradition where the public gathered to rejoice. The king, accompanied by esteemed individuals, embarked on an excursion, including 3 brothers from a wealthy Brahman family named Somdat, Somil, and Sombhumi. Accompanying them were 3 sisters named Mitrashri, Dhumashri, and Nakshri, who were married to the respective brothers, along with the queen, amidst a large crowd on the roads in high spirits. On their journey, the youngest brother, Sombhumi, noticed Muni Dharma Ruchi in the city on Aahr for a meal. He signalled to his wife, Nakshri, to depart from the rest. Sombhumi instructed Nakshri to return home as the monk was approaching for a meal. After serving him, she could rejoin the festivities. Nakshri, feeling disrupted and angered by the interruption, returned home in an irritated state. Her irritable mood led her to teach the monk a lesson by offering him poisoned food. Despite warnings from her domestic helper against such a grievous offense, which would cause a heavy penalty, Nakshri did not listen. Upon knowing Muni Dharma, Shri still accepted the meal, and soon the poison took effect, while Nakshri returned to join the celebrations. Muni fell down and his body succumbed to the deadly consequences. His soul departed to heaven. Muni's pupils arranged materials for his funeral rites. At 4 p.m., they began the procession to the cremation ground. As the king and his companions returned home, they observed the scene but were unable to comprehend what had transpired with the Muni. The king decided to inquire about the cause of the monk's death the following day. Upon reaching home, the 3 brothers learned of Nakshri's heinous act and were stunned. They scolded her appropriately, and together they sought a remedy for her grievous deed. Ultimately, the brothers made the solemn decision to renounce worldly life and embrace monkhood to atone for the profound sins that had beset their family. Their decision was supported by their wives, who encouraged them on their spiritual journey. However, amidst this collective resolve, Nakshri remained notably silent, withholding her intentions and actions, her silence serving as a poignant commentary on her inner turmoil and unresolved penance. All 5 of them embarked on a journey to the forest for penance, while Nakshri remained quietly at home. The household staff and servants feared the impending turmoil. The next day, King Meghwan imposed a harsh punishment on Nakshri, shaving her head, blackening her face, and suspending 2 hard coconut shells from her ears. She was then paraded through the city on a donkey before being banished for her transgressions. She wept uncontrollably, but there was no solace to be found. After being expelled, she wandered to the riverside, where she encountered women washing clothes. She wept and the women approached her seeing her distress. In anguish, she narrated her story about the demise of the Muni leading to her present situation. Despite her explanation of the circumstances, the women distanced themselves from her, fearing repercussions. She wandered aimlessly until affliction struck in the form of leprosy, and she passed away in great pain after a few days. After her death, Aahr was reborn in the sixth hell, where inhabitants endure great sorrows for billions of years. Meanwhile, the other five, after immense penance, attained seats in the highest heaven, filled with billions of years of happiness. It's noteworthy that neither of these two ladies will be reborn as females in the future. The extent of punishment and reward was determined by the intricate system of karmic activities enforced by automatic means throughout the universe. Might observe the results of types of deeds performed.